All right, it's your boy Lewis with your boy Eric.
What up? It's your host with the most,
All right, man. So
baby.
we're here again, trying to stay consistent this time.
We trying, bruh.
It
Um, how's your week?
was good, man. It was good. It was good. Just had some.
Getting hot in here,
Yeah, right.
Texas. In
Yes,
Texas.
especially with this rain coming, it's gonna get so humid.
I don't understand that, man. I love Houston. I love Texas, but it's like, why the fuck does it gotta be so damn humid all the fucking time? I
Yeah.
can't wear a fuck. I can't even with shorts. My balls are sweating. Like
No, yeah, I
even
feel
if you
you.
free ball, I'm pretty sure my balls will still be
It'd
sweating.
probably be worse.
Yeah, you get attacked by fucking mosquitoes and ants and wasps and
Yeah,
but you've been working out, staying on the
I'm trying
gym
to.
gym rat gym rat status.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
I see you wearing a CM Punk shirt.
Sure. Yeah, man. That fucking. I bought this shirt and then it like magically disappeared for like 3 months, and then I magically found it again. It's like a
Fucking
black hole in my house, bro. I
I
swear.
hate so I know you don't really care for like clothes. Like, you don't. I feel like you care about stuff, but like not as much as somebody else would. Like for me, for a shirt,
Yeah.
I could be fucking dead asleep in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. And then fucking wake up thinking, where the fuck is that specific shirt? And
Yeah.
then I almost have to fucking get up and look for it. If not, I won't be able to fucking sleep at all. And I feel like you're not that way. Like if you can't find it, fuck it, I can't find it.
So in that exact regard, I am. Like if it's during the day, I'll be like, I'll find it like some other time or whatever, blah blah. But if for some reason, like I'll be laying down, I'm like, I think I know where it is. I think I know where it is, and I'll go look for it, and I can't find it.
But you actually get up.
Yeah, I'll actually get up and like start looking for like another 2 hours when I
Yeah.
know that I should be asleep. Like it's
Right.
it's annoying.
Well, I kind of stopped doing it because Christina was like, she would even like, she would notice that I would get so frustrated, like trying to find it, either a hat or a shirt or shoes, whatever the fuck it was. Um, and it only happens with like attire. Like it doesn't happen with anything else other than my keys, because I always fucking lose my keys. But she would like kind of like, okay, okay, calm down. We're gonna find it. It's okay. It might be in a dirty laundry
Yeah.
pile or something. And then it eventually turns out. But I gotta stop doing that, bro. Like I care too much about shirts. And then like I wouldn't let her wear my shirts either. Like sometimes I come home from work and she's wearing my shit and I'm like, bro, why? You have 50 shirts. Why you
Well,
pick mine?
well, cause she
But
misses you.
well, yeah, I understood that, and then I was like, all right, it's just a fucking shirt. Fuck it, let her wear it. I ain't tripping. I can get another shirt. But anyway, CM Punk, how's he doing?
He's good, man. He came back to WWE, which I
Ooh,
didn't, and I think a lot of people would say that they didn't think it would ever happen. Um, but if you watch wrestling for a long time, you realize that like it's really the never say never. So,
yeah.
but it was still an awesome moment. He's been one of my favorite wrestlers for a very very long time.
Is
So,
that your top one, top first?
uh, hey man, I think you asked me on a different on if you ask me every day, like I might give you a different answer, but like
Every day your answer changes.
my answer would change revolving three people. So
So who's your rotation?
it's Edge, CM Punk, and Stone Cold. It's my
Stone
rotation.
Cold is in your top three.
Yeah.
Why? I would have never thought that.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of my first memories of watching TV is
I feel
watching
like yeah, that's
wrestling and
all
it's
of us.
Austin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then I kind of grew up on Edge, and then CM Punk came a little bit after that. So, but
But
yeah,
he's like, is he the like they're same age, or is he younger?
Punk's 44, I
Oh,
think
so like
45.
he's like 10 years younger than Stone Cold.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stone Cold's about 50 something,
yeah.
55, 56. Yeah. So, but yeah, no man, like he got hurt, so he hasn't been doing a lot of wrestling, but
Yeah,
I actually just read that he should be coming back soon. So, um but yeah, man,
that's a
that's
lot
good.
of fucking, a lot of stress in their bodies, man. Like I was kind of, because last time we talked about I think we brought up Brock Lesnar, right? And I
Chris Benoit.
I thought he's the one that had killed his family, and then
No.
I went and look up Brock Lesnar killing family, and then Google was like, "I'm sorry, this doesn't exist" or some shit. I was like, "Who the fuck killed their family?" And finally, I found it. Yeah, and it was Chris.
Yeah.
So like, I was kind of reading, I was kind of watching like a video, and I was like, I guess the doctor, whatever the fuck it was, that said that when they checked his brain or whatever, it was equivalent to like four NFL retired fucking players.
Yeah.
The amount of damage that was in his head, and I was like, what the fuck? There's gotta be a lot of fucking damage for one person to take what four NFL players took, you know. But and then I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know the guy or anything, but I've seen him. I remember seeing him wrestle. Um, Not vividly, because I was never really like that into like WWE like you were. I was like mostly like to like lucha libre and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, I mean, it's big fucking impact. You know, these guys take.
Well, I think with Benoit, what would really, and there's like different documentaries that you can watch. But I think the biggest thing with Benoit when it comes to the way his brain ended up being was, he had a finisher move, which was the headbutt, and I would venture to say that like a good portion of people like tend to put their hands in the way, or or try to minimize the fall.
How does it? How does it? Can you explain it?
So he would get on the top rope, and
Top rope.
he would just jump and hit his head, hit you with his head.
Okay.
And I think, like I said, I think a lot of people a good job of
Is he like the only one that has done that, or
no,
there's
no,
other
no.
people?
Most people don't do it, but a lot of people like do it like on special occasions,
Mm.
and even the ones that do it more normally, they still kind of like put
Their hand.
their hands in a way and stuff like that. So it's not as I don't think it's as bad, but if you like come here for a
Pull it
second.
up.
Yeah, hold on. Let me step away from a little bit.
Dude, that's fucking high. That's like a 20-foot drop. Oh, damn.
So he would hit you with his
Yeah,
head, dude. So like,
that's fucking
dude,
wild.
you know what I mean?
What the
And
fuck?
and
Dude, who invented that drop?
uh, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro, you
I don't
gotta have
remember.
some fucking balls of steel if you. God
Yeah, I don't remember
damn.
off the top of my head, man. But like, it's to me, it's a bad drop. You know what I mean?
Would you try it?
I maybe once or twice, man. But like,
Would
I
you gotta be
wouldn't do
drunk
it
for
like
it?
him. No, no, not even. I just wouldn't
Sober?
do it like him. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it consistently.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I wouldn't be able to brace myself for the impact.
Right.
Now again, it looks a lot better. So when you don't brace, you know what I mean. So and that's Benoit. Like to me, even a lot of the hits that he would take, he would take them very directly, and it just I don't know. I think like that more so than the wrestling aspect of it. Really, really is what really messed him up.
Right.
Um,
And maybe, I mean, we don't know what the fuck these people have
right.
gone through, you know, like in their lives, you know, childhood and shit like that. I mean, we have jobs and we have to be at work every day and shit like that. And maybe we like get physically tired and stuff. And then even that, at the end of the day, we still don't know what the fuck. I mean, I know what I've been through, but I don't know what the next guy's been through. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
to me, it's just like you fucking have to carry that through your whole career, no matter what you do. and constantly as a man get up every day and fucking keep going, you know? So
Yeah.
to me it's like I
Yeah,
don't
it's
judge
like,
him. I don't justify it, but we just don't know, bro. Like fuck.
oh yeah, yeah, man. Like it's a tough business, man, and it's hard, like, you know, to know exactly what was in his head, that mind. Some people say they don't care. His actions are what matters,
Right.
and some people are like, he has CTE, which I don't know too much about it, but it's a brain condition, and he wasn't in his right mindset. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like, man, I know that if that was my family, there's nothing that you can say that would convince me to not have resentment towards that. So I don't blame anybody for having that resentment towards him. Um, but I
To
like.
yeah.
I think as a person, like I can't, like I don't know him to
Yeah.
judge,
Right.
like to say anything. And I do know that what he did was wrong, and
Right.
you know what I mean. But as a performer, I mean, he was one of the best.
Yeah. And the thing is, to me, like I'm not. I don't think I would ever have the balls to do anything like that, right? But like, okay, fine. If you feel like you're going through a lot, that's that's fine. You're going through a lot. People go through fucking a lot, which I get. But for you to fucking walk into your house and decide to take the life of your child, 3 year old, 4 year old child, and your wife, like, bro, like if anything, I would just go and do
Yeah,
something to myself.
yeah.
But bro, your wife and your child, like, bro, that's
That's
wild.
why a lot of people feel that, like, they don't necessarily know if he would, like, that he actually knew what he was doing.
Right.
He might have. We all hear, like I said, he might have all these brain problems or whatever, but maybe that day he was in his head and
Mm-hmm.
he just chose to be that person for that day or whatever the case may be. But you know, like, we're never gonna know that. But yeah, man, like, it's hard to understand
Yeah.
how do you get to that. How do you get to that moment? How do you decide to do what you did? Um, but man, it's like I said, it's tough.
But even us, like, I feel like we did put our fucking bodies through a lot. I mean, I don't feel like I do it now. Maybe just because I just eat and drink what I want. But like when I was younger, we were younger, we were doing stupid shit, and I remember fucking trying to be on Jackass so bad and recording myself jumping on roofs or like jumping from roofs on a skateboard, shit like that. And now I'm paying the fucking price for it because every time it gets fucking cold, every time fucking winter comes around, my fucking knee hurts so fucking much because I remember landing on my
Yeah.
damn knee and then the fucking board hitting my tailbone. I don't know how the fuck I didn't break it or cracked it or whatever, but now it's like, god damn it, I wish my mom would have been there to tell me no, but it's like, and then I mean, you've been trying, you've been practicing your wrestling since younger because you like it so much, and I'm pretty sure you've can then work too, like
Yeah.
back strains and shit like that. I mean,
No, yeah. I mean, I literally have a scar from whenever we used to and this is just like play wrestling. We would wrestle on the trampoline
yeah.
with my next door neighbor. And I remember it was me and his cousins, and we're like playing, like,
Who,
the
Raul?
whole, yeah, playing the whole, like, Royal Rumble, whatever, you throw somebody out, right? And like I try to
Oh, I
avoid being,
remember that. You used to have to, like, if you got out the ring, you lost, right?
yeah.
And
So
you had like 3 seconds to come back in
I was
or
trying
some
to,
shit.
like, yeah, I was trying to hold myself from coming back, like from falling out, and I ended up slipping, and I stayed in, but I hit myself with the rail of the trampoline on the back of my head,
Yeah.
and then one of Raw's cousins grabbed me from the head, and he thought it was sweat, so he let go of me. He's like,
Oh
ew, and when he
shit.
went like
He
that, it
wiped
was
it.
nothing but blood,
Oh
and he was like,
shit.
what the, and
And he threw up.
nah, he didn't throw up, but he was just like, "Oh, hey, Louis, you gotta stop," and we stopped, and I cleaned it up,
I'm sure you
whatever.
would have kept going, huh?
I wanted to. I was just like, "Dude, let's stop bleeding. Come on, let's go." Like, I was fun. Like, the adrenaline was hitting me when when I slowed down, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh
Like I had a
fuck.
big headache and I was probably concussed, but I was young and didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Um, that's happened throughout my fucking life. I reopened that wound, play wrestling so
You
many.
got a bunch of fucking scars too. I know you hit yourself with a damn pickaxe.
Yeah, yeah, man. I've.
What
It's.
happened then?
I was so the way, and I'm not like I don't know if these were the rules or whatever, but I remember the way I used to convince my dad to let me do something or go somewhere was I do something around the house.
Oh yeah.
So I think I wanted to go to my friend David's house, and I was like, hey, like I'll pull the weeds on the side of the house, and he was like, yeah, sure. He's like, Alex is my brother. He was sharpening the tools, and he was sharpening the pickaxes. He was like, you can go grab one from there. So I grab one, and my brother's like, hey, be careful, blah blah. And I'm like, all right, cool.
He just finished
Yeah, he
sharpening
just
that
finished
bitch.
sharpening them. So I'm like going, and I'm trying to hurry up because I'm trying to get to the house to go over, and I miss and I catch my foot, my shin,
What the
and
fuck?
I like walk to my brother, and he's like not looking at me. So when I tell him like, hey, I cut myself, he's like, I freaking told you, blah blah blah. Like just clean it up and like,
This motherfucker still
whatever.
has a pickaxe inside his
And
fucking
I'm like,
leg.
yeah, yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm like, hey, but like, it's kind of stuck. And he's like, what do you mean it's stuck? Oh, shit. And he just like grabs me and like cleans me up really good.
God damn.
Um, yeah, man. I've like the amount of that I beat myself up, and it's because of my dumbass, uh, in my younger years is crazy. I fucking when I was 5, I ran into a trash can, and the metal trash cans.
God damn.
I remember I was moving a table once and I like tipped over and landed my eye on a brick.
Yeah.
Um, you know what I mean? Like there's so many. I have so many of those.
I
Uh,
had one that it was fucking stupid, dude, and it wasn't even my fault. I got bit by a fucking spider or some shit on the side, like on my ankle,
mhm.
like where the like fucking little bone is or whatever. And then that shit got so fucking infected. I had a fucking blister like the size of a fucking maybe like a beer pong ball. And it was just nasty, like fucking full of fluid and then like
Mm,
pus and shit.
yeah.
And I remember my grandma was like trying to pop it, and I couldn't even put a shoe on or a sock or shit. Like I couldn't even go to school. And then she finally fucking popped it. Dude, I fucking swear I thought there was fucking spiders gonna come out that bitch. Like, cause you know how they lay the eggs and shit.
Yeah.
I thought fucking spider man. I was like scared. So my grandma finally popped that bitch, and it was just nothing but pus running down my on my foot. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't we pop this shit sooner? Like, she just waited for that bitch to get so swollen and so big. But and then on the same fucking foot, the same ankle, I was riding my bike and my mom was I think my mom started to teach me how to ride a bike, and the fucking my ankle caught the chain, and then the chain cut my ankle. I don't know how the fuck it happened, bro. It cut it on the same like almost the same spot where the
Yeah.
fucking spider wound was, and I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean it was nothing crazy, but yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
man. No. I remember I used to always want to get bit by a spider because I was always be like I want to
Spider
turn
Man.
Spider Man.
Hell yeah, me too.
um, but it never
What do you think
happened.
would happen if you get bit by a gay person?
I don't even want to answer that, but nothing.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be any different than getting bit by a straight person. And
You
I've been
just
bit by a straight person and nothing's happened. So,
okay. Well, that's good to know.
but yeah. Um,
What was the other? I had a question, but give me a second. Let me pull it up. Oh, it was like one person who. Hold on, I got it right here. Who is the one person that will always believe in you?
my mom, I think. Um,
That
I
was quick.
yeah. I mean, it's it's the one person that's like I've felt like I can tell anything to, and I won't, immediately be judged or whatever. you know, would she try to like give me advice on it or be make sure that that's what whatever it is that I want to do, I want to do? Sure, but no matter what, she would always believe in it. Um, and I don't think that will ever change.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Christina believes me sometimes, but sometimes she's like, "Nah," and I'm like, "Yes, I'm telling you, like, this is facts." And I'm not knocking like out, it's a whole different relationship, like my wife and my mom. But yeah, my mom, I could tell her like I I'm going to fucking moon tomorrow, and then she's like, "Oh my god, do you want me to pack you lunch or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you
right.
have like clean clothes? Do you have clean underwear? Do you need anything?" And I'm like, "No, mom, thank you, but I'm going to the moon tomorrow." But yeah, I think moms, I don't know, dude. I think it's like their job, like they're born. They're not born to be a mom, but once they become a mom, then they know it's like their role. They know it so well, and it's like, how the fuck do you know how to be a mom? Like, I
Well,
feel like I would be a
that's
horrible mom. I would just let my
well
kids do
that's
whatever.
that's the thing, man. Like first of all, it's a lot of trial and error, but like no, they don't know how to be a mom. You know, a lot of it is guessing.
Yeah,
A lot, you know, but what they I think that the reason it's such a strong connection is that like they feel like you're an extension of them. So
that's true.
it's an easier way for them to, you know, have this bond with you the moment they lay their eyes on you. But
Right.
it still takes a lot to figure it out. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, you don't as you get older, you know, you feel like they probably have a little bit of experience and you don't get to see it as much. But you know, seeing like a lot of people with newborns nowadays, not necessarily nowadays, but like being able to see it now, it's like I see their struggles.
Yeah.
I see how bad like they like sometimes they're confused as to what to do. You know, they don't know how to quiet the kid. You know what I mean? They try different things. So it takes a lot, man. It takes a lot out of you, and you know, it's something that it's tough. You know,
Do you think that now with the social media and the fucking hacks and trips and tips and tricks and shit that everybody gives out now, it's easier for somebody like I don't have kids, but I rather go to my mom, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, somebody other than going to Instagram and researching how to keep my kid quiet or something. Cause I've seen videos where it's like, does your kid cry a lot? Does your kid throw fucking tantrums? Well, here's how to fix that. And then like, I always switch them because I'm like, I don't want to watch that shit. I don't trust this lady how she fucking just raises her kids. I don't want to raise my kids how this social media lady raises hers. So it's like,
I think a lot of it, you know, you can come out of it with common sense, and like you watch it and you're like, you know what, that makes sense. What I do have, the problem that I have, and even just in general, is that a lot of the times when people say something, they try to say it like it's the only way it's doable,
right.
and that's not true. Like that's not true with like a
That's
good
their
portion.
way.
That's their way, and it worked for them, but it
Right.
might not work for you. So as long as I think you're able to analyze it and not just be a follower of it, I don't see anything wrong with social media in that regard.
Well,
Um, because I 100% will tell you that there's a lot of there's a lot of like workouts that I've gotten from social media.
no, right.
You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
useful resource that you're actually gonna like get out something out of. But like whenever, like I saw a video yesterday, I was fucking high as fuck. I saw a video of like these mats for dogs, and they have buttons, right? And then the dog comes and presses like the button that says food, and the lady's on the couch and she's like, "Oh, you're hungry? Okay, I'll give you food." And she gets up and she feeds him. So the dog goes, press the button that says thank you. And I was like, my wife would really want to fucking get one of these mats if I show her this video. And sure enough, I was like, what do you think about this? And I think for a while she had been telling me that she wanted want to get one of those fucking mats. And I'm like, that's gonna be so fucking annoying to hear Pumpkin just pressing every button every time. Outside, 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 please, outside, outside. And I'm like, I don't want to get one of those mats. But the lady was just like, how to like talk to your dog. And I'm like, bruh, at this point, just get a fucking robot because this dog's already fucking smart enough to fucking talk to you on full sentences and shit. So I don't know, dude. It bothered me a little bit.
I don't see a problem with it to an extent, but I think that like you would also first of all your dog would have to be trained to be able to use it to begin with.
Yeah,
That's just first of all. And then second of all, it's not necessarily like necessary. Like there are other things that your dog can do to show gratitude and also show that they want to do things. So it's like it's not a necessity, but if you want to have it, I don't see a problem with having it. If that makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense a little bit. Which don't get me wrong, like if my wife wants it, she's gonna get it because fucking she's spoiled. But
As she should be.
she I'm gonna be fucking annoyed as fuck. But anyway, yeah. I don't know if I have a problem with the influencers people. Like how the fuck is that even a job, bro? Like I'm actually getting up at fucking 6 a.m., getting ready, putting my fucking boots on for fucking work, while this fucking guy is sitting at home fucking getting up and rubbing one and then getting his day started and watching movies and getting paid to make a fucking 3 minute video in the middle of the fucking day. Dawg, fuck no. How the fuck? I don't know, dude. I don't trust those people. Like now, if you had if you already had a job, okay, you're a mechanic, you're a pilot, you're a nurse, you're a teacher. Okay, cool. And then you want to make a little more money on the side, and you want to fucking make little videos and
Well,
shit like that. Now you make money out of that. Okay, cool.
let me let
But
me
it's like,
let me kind of
bruh,
let me kind of cut you off.
these little cuties and all this
Well,
fucking little
first of all,
stuff.
a lot of the times that's where it starts, right? A lot of the times people that are older, they had a job first, right? But if you want to go like to the younger ones that I guess started it from school and then were able to like make it big prior to that. I mean, one, I'll tell you right now, that takes a lot of fucking work. I don't care what anybody tells you.
What
You
does?
have to be able to post the content that can keep people entertained, keep thousands of people entertained.
Bro,
It's
at this age right now, does not take much to get somebody entertained.
you
I'll
would
tell you that much right now.
you would think that, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Not only that,
Okay, go ahead. I
oh,
got a perfect example.
it's not the easiest thing to do. You know what I mean? Like I can definitely point to a couple of people that I wouldn't call friends. I'd call them more acquaintances that I know that have tried, and I think their shit's pretty entertaining. Like I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty funny. I laugh,
Name 'em,
whatever.
name 'em, name 'em.
I'd rather
Okay, never
not.
mind.
I'd rather not. And it doesn't click. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Where there's people that I've seen that,
Us,
well,
we
yeah,
suck.
I've seen other people where like I'm like that's not that funny, but they have 100,000 views. You know what I
Cool.
mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I think what stems from right now, the start of your conversation, it feels like it's almost a little jealousy, and it's
Oh
fun.
fuck no! What the
It
fuck?
it is. Look,
I mean, maybe
so
because
let
I
me put
want
it
to
to.
sit at my
That's what I
house.
was gonna say. Yeah, yeah.
I
You
mean,
would
yeah.
100% would want to. You wouldn't want to. You don't want to wake up at 6 in the morning
Fuck
every
no.
day. So no, yeah, 100%. If you can do
Okay,
it,
yeah. I mean,
if yeah,
you want to
if
call
right
me out
now,
like
if
that?
like no, like if this episode blows the fuck up, and I tell you, hey Eric, we just made like 30,000 from this episode. We're gonna do it weekly. We're projected to get 30,000. We're, dude, even if I tell you we're projected to get 10,000, out of every episode, and we're gonna do it every week. That's like 10 times. That's probably like 3 times more than what you're making now. So you will 100% take it. You know what I mean? Because you'll be making about 5,000 a week. You know what I mean? And now you don't work. Because why the hell would you go to fucking work? Like there's no necessity for it
Oh,
anymore.
but I would still go to work. It's like the people that win the lottery and then they quit their job and then they
That's not
blow
the
that
same
money
thing.
and
That's
it's
not the
like,
same thing. They don't have an income coming in. You now have an income. You have a steady income.
yeah, but eventually it's gonna die off.
But that's the whole purpose of like keeping it going and reinventing it.
Cool.
You know what I mean? To make it stay. Um, so I think like I said, and I get it. On the same time, on the same thing, like I get frustrated that I can't get this to get going the way I want it to get going, but it's because it's time consuming and it takes a lot of effort on on people's part, you know. And there's different ways. So like I don't personally, I don't hate on them. Do I think that there's some idiots that I feel like I'm smarter than or I can do it better than them? Making money than I am, yeah, sure, but that's on me. Like at the end of the day, they still figured it out.
But you,
They still hit something that I haven't been able to hit.
yeah.
So I don't, I don't, you know, I don't. It's like I'll give you a good example. It's like when somebody gets big, like they get jacked, and the first time that like everyone points to is like, oh, you're on steroids. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
am I like, see? Is what I'm saying. Like it's like no,
cause
that.
it's like okay, you wanna like bring that up. Then I saw a post like on Facebook, right?
Mhm.
Was it like this homeless guy with a fucking I think it was like a Trek fucking bicycle, or like I forgot what the brand was. And then the guy that posted it was like somebody lost the bike, and then the comments were like, "You fucking asshole." You don't think that guy? No, motherfucker. He can't afford it. He's literally has one shoe on.
I mean, to play
Of course, that looks
the
stolen.
to play devil's advocate, like, and I haven't seen the video, right? But to play devil's advocate, I mean, somebody could have gifted him the bike.
Yeah, but then the guy that fucking owned it saw the post and was like, "Oh hell no, I'm gonna go get that bitch back," and he got it back. So anyway,
Oh, what's stolen? Okay.
yeah, it was stolen. But anyway, my point is like Shotty Bay, bro. I don't know what the fuck she does. I don't know how she. I don't even know how she sounds, to be honest.
Yeah,
Cause
me
I've never
neither.
seen any. And I don't. And then my friends are like, "You don't see. You don't watch Shotty Bay." No, I don't. I don't find that interesting at all. And I don't have TikTok. I've never had TikTok. I don't. I don't want it. It's a waste of time. I already waste my time enough with Instagram and Facebook. I'm not gonna go waste fucking another hour of my day on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I don't know what she does though, but I think she's consistent. Like I think if anybody wants to like be like that, all you need is consistency. I think that's it.
I've seen I did for like I had I get an acquaintance. I saw him host a stream for 2 years straight. Never failed. Had a schedule. Was always on time. For about 2 years, I noticed that he did it. I don't know. It was during the pandemic, so I'm assuming his work went down. And he was able to like be consistent with it or whatever. I don't think I've ever seen him post again. And his views were in the 50s for 2 years.
What does that mean? 50s.
Like only about 50 people saw it.
Is that good or bad?
It's not. No, it's not. Well, that's not money making good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I don't think again. Like I understand. I see some people on there, and I'm like, how the hell do you have this many like followers? And like what blew up? What But you know what I mean? Sometimes like the taste of people. It's like we go into music. There's a lot of famous artists that I don't bat an eye to, and I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm
Right.
just saying that I don't bat an eye to it. But
Yeah.
yet they hit, and they're not one hit wonders. Like they're dropping albums and they're making it big. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a big fan of Bad Bunny. I'm a fan of him of what he did in wrestling because I think that takes a lot. And I don't know if you know this,
Yeah,
but
no,
like
I didn't.
he
I
took
had a
like
coworker that would talk about it,
he
but
took
what's that going?
he
What
did
happened with that?
he took like a year off of making music to fucking learn how to fucking wrestle.
So he actually learned how to
He
wrestle.
learned how to do it. So that's why when you watch his match, it's fucking great.
You think it's great? So
Yeah.
if you think it's great, it must be then, cause
So I tip my hat off to him. But but you know, as for going to his music, like I'm not attracted to it. I don't think
do
it's
you
horrible,
do you
but I'm not
feel
attracted
like
to it.
he did it out of passion, or he did it out of maybe like trying to be a Paul
Passion.
up? Okay.
I don't. You can't do this wrestling thing at a high level for fun. Like it doesn't. Like it won't work.
So you're saying he's passionate about wrestling?
Yeah, he's passionate. It's the same thing with Logan Paul. Like Logan Paul's
So
100% passionate about
Okay,
wrestling.
so it was like I feel I watched this like he was a YouTuber. He is a YouTuber, and then he was in like Mexico like a newscast thing or some shit. And now he's doing a like one of those like one of those channels that he goes around and asks people stuff, and he like experiences new shit whatever. And his name's Adrian, right? So he tried to go big like in Mexico with the lucha libre or whatever, the triple A, and they fucking put him to training, and he was doing the training. Dude, he's a fucking fit guy. He looks good, right? So he tried doing it, and then he even did like a gimmick where he went to a concert, right? And there was like a wrestling there was it was a wrestling match going on, but it was a concert too. So he went and he got in contact with this like big name wrestler, right? They made like a thing up which that he went and interviewed him, and then the wrestler was gonna like smack him in the face, and then from there like the feud was gonna keep going and growing and growing. So anyway, he was gonna eventually gonna end up in like in the ring with this guy, right? Somebody saw them training together and recorded it and leaked it. And the guy was like, "Oh, I thought y'all were beefing. Why are y'all training together and shit like that?" So after that, they had to come out and say, you know, we're still beefing, but it doesn't mean we can't train together, stuff like that, just to keep it going. So after that, he wanted to get with the Triple A, which is like the WWE, but they made it so hard for him, dude. And I feel like it was fucked up because he really wanted it, dude. Like he's passionate about the sport. He's passionate about being in the ring. He's followed him. He's almost I'm almost his age. I think he's like 33. I'm 30. So we've been following like the wrestling, like Mexican wrestling, like same steps pretty much, a few years apart. And he was just so torn down. He had a fucking um luchador fucking thing made, a mask and everything. And then the triple A was like, you know what? Nah, you're not cut off for it or whatever. And I was just like, what, bro? What the fuck? And I see Bob Bunny over there doing it, and I'm like, man, he should have probably just done it over here in America. But then also, it's like here, people are gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? You know, because he's famous in Mexico, but he's not famous here. So Bad Bunny is like worldwide type shit. And like I said, I don't know much about the wrestling part of the Bad Bunny. I know more about the music part of him, and I like the music. I didn't like it at first, and now I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan. But I've heard stories that he's getting in the ring and stuff like that, but I just never really knew why. Like I was just like, maybe he's doing it to like gain some of that fan base. Maybe like, you know what I'm saying, so
Yeah,
people
like
could recognize him a little more. I don't
here's
know.
the thing, dude. Like you can you can do it and not want to do it at a high level.
Right.
I'll give you an example, like Snoop Dogg. He's always gonna get in the ring. You watch him wrestle, and you're just like, what?
No shit.
You know what I mean? So many comedians, actors have done it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean even like I've seen Snooki from Jersey Shore. She got in the ring one time, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But that's different because I think Bad Bunny did like a whole I don't know, like a whole
he did
season or some shit. I don't know.
he did a whole program.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like what I'm saying is that you could still you can still do it without it. That's what Bad Bunny did, where he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do. He doesn't have to. He didn't have to learn how to wrestle. You know what I mean? But he has the passion for it, so he didn't want to do wrong by it.
Right.
Same thing with Logan Paul. You know what I mean? I'm not the biggest fan of Logan Paul's like personal stuff, right? He's done some shady shit. But to say that, like, I think some people are like, man, it doesn't make sense that he's so good. And I'm like, he's he was a wrestler. Like he was an amateur wrestler. Like
Before
I haven't yeah,
anything,
I haven't seen an amateur wrestler not be good at pro wrestling. Like it just doesn't I've never
like
seen it.
before anything,
Yeah.
that's what he was.
Yeah.
No shit.
That's why when they add the stigma like, oh, he's a YouTuber, I'm like, YouTuber made him famous, but he's not your typical YouTuber. You know what I mean?
So what? Like, at what age? Like, did he start with that or what?
Well, amateur wrestling, you normally do it in like high school and whatnot. So,
Oh, like in like yeah, like wrestling, like in school, like you go in a match and shit like that. You wear the little thing on the head and shit like that. Okay, cool.
um,
So he's not new to it.
right.
Yeah.
So, now a lot of people give him crap because like a lot of his matches are rehearsed, right? Which, yeah, I mean, sure,
What does that mean? Rehearse.
they just rehearse what they're gonna do.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Even the boxing matches.
No, no,
Oh,
because that's like you in boxing, you don't know the outcome.
right.
You know what I mean? So you're not unless you believe that they do and that they throw the fights, but that's a whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in wrestling, like you know, a lot of the pros don't rehearse matches,
Right.
but he's not. He's relatively new to this, so and he's not doing it full time. So he's rehearsing the matches. So his matches are looking great, and people kind of talk shit about it. But I'm like, were you not entertained though? Like, does it matter what it took for him to look that good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, he has a passion for it. Bad Bunny had a passion for it. So I think this guy, like, I think if he would have tried to come to WWE, I think he could have found an avenue. He could have
Yeah.
found a Mexican like Rey Mysterio. You know what I mean? And been like, hey man, like I'm really
That's
trying
true.
to do
Yeah.
something over there. And Rey Mysterio was like, yeah, dude, got you. I got you. And he would have been able to do it. I don't know why the AAA got mad that the crowd found out that it was rehearsed because I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
like,
sure if it was that or they were just like they kind of like knew because okay, so like I feel like I'm not sure how it works, but right here I feel like it looks like the WWE will like open people with like open arms. Like okay, like they'll welcome them. Like you trying to do this, yeah, get on the ring and then like do your little bullshit, whatever, and then get off, and then like people will see you, whatever. Oh, there's like, nah, this little like preppy guy and this little freaking comedian wannabe or fucking little newscast person wants to get on the ring. Nah, we're gonna show him off, and it's like they made it so hard for him to like get to the get through the training, and then like he didn't even get through it because they were like overdoing it, and then at the end I think they sent him like a fucking letter or something saying we're sorry but you're not a qualified or some shit like that. I don't know, but I was like, dude, that's fucking bullshit. Because I was ready to fucking see him because he's all about smoking weed and everything. His fucking custom was like a weed plant in the front and a big old weed plant in the back, and his mask was I think his mask had like a joint in it. It was fucking badass. Dude. I was ready to see him in the ring, but I was like, after I after he announced that the AAA was like, nah, you're not qualified. I was like, man, what, man, fuck them. Like that's fucked up. But I don't know. I feel like right now at this, you know, this time you really if you put your head into anything, you can do it. I mean, fucking. I mean, I'm here now and we're here now, and I feel like if we're constant with it and we just keep fucking bringing good shit. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully it picks up.
yeah. Um, and like I said, I can't really comment on to why They
Yeah.
said no. Like I gotta look into it. Maybe we'll have something for the next one.
Yeah.
But no, I think like I said, WWE. There's they finagle ways of being able to have celebrities on there and not look too bad and like whatever. Um, so I think that like yeah, I think he could have worked something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like you started off. You know what I mean? Like whenever WWE goes on their Mexican tour. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because people there know him, so they're gonna react. So then the States fans are gonna be like, "Oh, well, he must be something." So they'll
Yeah.
pay more attention to it, and they'll go on from there. But but yeah,
So,
no, like
so what is it that made you like enjoy the sport so much? Because like people have different sports. People fucking like football. People like baseball. People like I enjoy soccer a lot. I fucking follow it. I've been doing it since I was young. But I know you love fucking wrestling. I mean, even
it's.
to this day, you still you still training and stuff. So what was it like? Do you remember the first time or like when you're like, oh hell yeah, like that's what I want to do. That's what I want to
I
be.
mean,
That's
it sounds like it sounds cliche, but one of the very first memories I have is me watching wrestling, and I was like 4 or 5 years old
in the living room.
in the living room of my apartment.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's just something that I grew up with, and then it just grew with me. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like some people like grow out of it or whatever, but I don't necessarily think it was a growing out of it process. I think it's just like once people understood how well people don't understand how it fully works, but I think with me it was just like seeing like it was an entertaining process for me.
yeah,
And I thought that and I enjoyed it at the high level, and it's one of the few things that like there's some movies and some shows that generate a reaction out of me, but like
right.
there's very few of them. There's a lot of me like, oh yeah, like that was pretty good, like normal reactions, where like I think wrestling, it's I I feel it on a deeper level. It elevates my emotions. I get super excited, I get super down, you know what I mean? Like Edge, he was supposed to retire in 2011,
Yeah.
and when it happened, like I wanted to shoot myself. And I don't think literally, like
Whoa.
I don't think I was suicidal in that sense. Like I think I just want to like shoot myself in the leg or something. Like I couldn't believe it, and it hurt, and like I stopped watching
So you're
wrestling for a
telling me
long
that
time.
there are things that you don't know, like you don't like things that are unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can predict an injury.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he wasn't fake retiring. He wasn't like, oh, storyline wise, this is what we're doing. Like
So you didn't
no,
know that was you didn't know this was
I
happening.
I so after because he retired 3 weeks after WrestleMania. So I think after Mania they had announced there had been some rumors that like he's had a neck injury, and we knew he had a neck injury, but we didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah.
And then he started getting more tests, and then it turns out that like basically you take another bump, you probably get paralyzed.
What the
Um,
fuck?
and so it really sucked because I thought he was at a point in his career where he was a super megastar. He had always been a star, but I think at that point he was a super megastar, and it was getting
No
taken away
shit.
from him. And I just like for about 8 months. I went from April to October. I didn't watch wrestling.
What the
Um,
fuck?
because it bothered me that damn much.
But yeah, but like it wasn't his fault. It
That's what
wasn't
made
the
it
company's
worse.
fault. It wasn't
No,
the
no, no, but
company's
that's what
fault.
made it worse. Like it was like it was one of those things where it was like it wasn't their decision. Like if you would have came out and been like, you know what, guys, I'm done. Like I had my fun. Blah blah blah. Then I would be a little sad, but I'd be like, you know what, cool. But it was like it was taken from. Like you can tell that he wanted to keep doing this. You know what I mean?
So why
Like
would you take that upon yourself to say I'm not gonna support this for this
it wasn't
long
so much that I wasn't gonna that I wasn't so much that I wasn't gonna support wrestling. It's just that I couldn't stand to see it because the guy that I
without
wanted yeah, I wasn't
Okay,
gonna be there.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So that, like I said, it took like 8 months of wrestling away, and then and then I slowly got back into it, and then I was like, I mean, I could show you. I don't know if I've ever shown you the video, but like I have the video of when he returned at the Royal Rumble in 2020, and like I was like, I didn't know he was gonna come out. Like I got like it was the luck of
So
the
how does
draw.
that happen? If one bump is gonna give
So
him
through
or face
time,
him?
he was able to. The injury was able to heal.
Okay,
And it's one of those things where like at the time we don't think it will heal, but it will eventually heal.
right,
Um, so he was told that it was probably never gonna heal, and there's, you know, like I said, it was he that was 2011, so he was 9 years away
right.
before he got the chance for him to be able to wrestle again, and I happened to be there, and it was like in my mind it was like the greatest day of my life,
Yeah,
and I feel bad saying that afterwards because that day also had a lot of travesty to other people and to me included. Like I
was it 9/11?
no, it
Oh,
was the day Kobe died. Um,
that's
eh,
the day that like Brock. I feel like that was when fucking COVID started and all
yeah,
that fucking bullshit, bro.
yeah.
That was horrible.
Yeah, because that was the last pay per view that had people before COVID. Like after that, there wasn't another pay per view for a hot minute that had people.
Yeah,
So like I felt horrible. Like I remember I posted it on Facebook. I'm like, that this is the greatest day of my life. And I remember someone, I'm not gonna name names, I'll tell you afterwards, was like, well, at least someone's having a good day. And I
damn.
was just, and I didn't think about it, but I was like, fuck, like, that is horrible, but like, nah, it can't change how I felt at the moment.
Right.
You know
I
what I
remember
mean?
after that, like every time I would shoot a paper into the trash can, I would be like, COVID
COVID
instead of
instead of
instead of
Kobe.
Kobe.
Oh man. Yeah. So no, like I said, wrestling has given me some really high moments. Like I had made a tradition about going to WrestleMania every year.
Yeah.
So it's definitely it's like it's something that I don't think I will ever. It's not a phase, A lot of people like to use phases when it
No,
comes
it's
to things, and
not.
it's just
Cause
not.
it's like a sport. I mean, it's a sport, dude. I mean, I'm fucking 30 years old and I still keep up with fucking every Saturday. I'm in my living room or my father-in-law or with somebody watching a fucking game. Like it's a sport, which I get. I mean, some people might not understand it. Some people might even call it a little homosexual. I don't know. Not me though, because there's like
I think the
naked
big.
man
I think the biggest thing people call it is they call it fake,
or fake.
and I think
Maybe
why
that's what I meant.
what I what I what why that irks me so much is that like is the outcome predetermined? Yes. Do you go watch a show and it's like this is a fake show? Or do you tell somebody, hey, why are you watching that fake show? No. You know
No.
what I mean? That's not the first thing that pops in your mind. And secondly, like at that, like all, those stunts for the most part are fake. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those actors don't do those stunts. Like we're here, it's not. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Those are, well,
Those
the
stunts are
injuries are
real.
fucking real.
They're
Yeah.
real. People have died in the ring.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think like that's what frustrates me about the word fake being used. And I try not to let it irk me, but it still does.
No. Yeah. I get it.
So I think that's the biggest like misconception. Like, yeah, sure, it's predetermined. We don't know what is gonna happen. We don't know who's gonna win. We think we know who's gonna win.
Yeah, cause even like when it comes to like movies being fake, right? Like the movie, they're acting, they're whatever, but like sometimes a little real bullet comes in and kills a real person, and it's like, bro, like Bruce Lee's fucking child,
Kid, yeah,
fucking
that's
R.I.P., bro.
exactly what popped
The
in my head.
Crow, like it's fake, like, yeah, but the bullet was real. R.I.P. But it sucks. And then yeah, I understand. I mean, it's a sport, dude. I mean, the injuries are gonna be real. Yeah, people are gonna have their thoughts about
Like
it.
I don't, I know people don't like Logan Paul too much, but when I don't remember the exact question, but he said this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Who
This
said?
Logan Paul, he's like,
Okay.
this is harder than fighting Floyd Mayweather, and I think a lot of people are gonna
Yeah,
take
cause he had to
offense to
like
that.
chase them
That's what.
all around the fucking ring.
No, I think a lot of people were like, are gonna take offense to like, oh, like you fought a boxer, and I'm like, one, like, again, like you have to trust that you have to allow someone to actually like hit you, not at full power, but hit you nonetheless. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like a jump from the top rope, you're not. There's no fake, like there's no wires that are
Nah,
holding you down
I'll be
to.
scared,
You know
bro.
what I
Even to
mean?
land like on my feet,
So
if I jump from the
it's
fuck
like
that, dude.
I don't know if you remember this, but when I the first
Hold on? Do you know the official like height of three, like from the third rope landing to the ring?
I probably it's like 5.5 feet
That's a
because it
lot.
gets to me to like my chest, like a little upper than so about 5 feet probably, like to my chest.
Yeah.
And I'm 6 foot. But I think like I remember the first time that I tried to go to wrestling school. Um, I was coming back and we are talking. And I don't remember if it was you or who, but somebody was like, "Oh, like 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 there's a bunch of springs in that ring. Like it doesn't contain anything hard." And that day we were taking bumps. And if you don't know what a bump is, it's just you
Oh
fall
yeah. Just
down or
go to the
whatever.
restroom real quick.
We you kind of like throw yourself down or whatever, you land on your back, right? So it was a day full of bumps, so I knew that like
A
my
day
back.
full of bumps. That's my fucking
Oh
perfect day.
god damn.
That's my kind of
um
party.
so I knew that my back was super sore, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh yeah, like you think like there's not, it's a trampoline basically, and I took my shirt off and it was fucking red.
Yeah.
And that was just like not even having a match, that's just like training,
From
like
all the bumps you took.
you know what I mean? So like I said, some people don't understand it. I always tell people, I'm like, hey, you want to get in the ring, you want to go
Cause
throw yourself
even
down.
like I don't think that was me that time, but even when you were showing us, I forgot who it was that day, but like you were showing us how to like throw yourself back, like on the mat.
That's a bump, yeah.
Like even the mat was like, nah, bro, that's not even thick enough. Like I'm still it's, and I
Yeah,
was like,
man.
nah, I'm not gonna try that shit. I'm gonna hit my head or something. Like I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's why I don't like that misconception with it. But it is what it is. There's always gonna be people that
Right.
aren't gonna understand it, and that's okay. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned is that like just because you have a different opinion than me doesn't make you wrong. Um,
That's opening a whole new fucking topic
right, and
because
I'm like, and like this could be the start of the next
yeah,
conversation,
that's
but
true.
like that's just like, and then not with everything. There's certain things that are factual and whatnot, but there's certain things that like you know, if I tell you, fuck man, what's a good thing? The new X-Men, the '97 anime. If I tell you animated series, I tell you, hey man, like that was a really good show, and you're like, nah, that bitch sucked.
Right.
Where I used to be like, nah, bitch, you suck. Like, you know what I mean? Like now I'm like, oh, okay, like cool. You thought it sucked. I thought it was good. I think it relieves so much more, like less stress on my head than me going at you. But I know, wait, why do you know, now, unless we want to have a conversation about it, unless you're like, hey, why do you think it was good?
Well,
Well,
you know
I
that's
think,
a
you know what I
I,
mean? I think sometimes people get worked up with the way people perceive things, that it gets, you're adding an extra stress when it's
right,
like
and you don't need it. And I
there's
feel
no
like that's
needed.
always that had always been you. Like I didn't, you
Yeah.
would always get and like I feel like I'm on the other side of the spectrum where I'm like I don't care, dude. I'm
Yeah.
just trying. I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to get you pit like to see how much out of you I can get.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of people like that. And I mean, I've learned that too. I mean, if you like something, you like it. Fuck it. I mean, I'm not gonna judge anybody. Clearly, I don't judge anybody by anything.
Yeah, and I think that's another like I said, another thing with right now, with like especially social media. Like I think if someone thinks something's bad, no one's allowed to like it, and you're wrong for liking it.
That's what I'm
And
saying. Yeah.
there's not even an in between.
But it's like opening a whole new fucking rabbit hole because we
Yeah,
can go
man.
down the fucking rabbit hole right now. Um, but it's like, yeah, like, why do I have to like what you like, and it's wrong for you to like something else? But you're getting mad at me because I don't like what you like, but you want equality or whatever it is. But it's
Yeah.
like, shouldn't I be the same, equal, even though I don't like the same thing you like? I mean, it's like I said, we can go down the fucking rabbit hole, but that can be a whole new different conversation.
Yeah.
Fucking
But yeah, no, yeah, like I said, but we can wrap it up here.
yeah, we can wrap it up
And yeah, guys, like, if you like the episode, don't forget to share it
for sure.
and see if we can become one of them influencers.
Don't cancel us.
Uh, yeah, please. And if you do, just cancel Eric, not me.
Damn.
But all right, guys, see you next time.